Hi everybody, it's Nancy from Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. Today is July 3rd, 2019. I wish all of you a good, safe 4th of July tomorrow. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I had a few things I wanted to show you, and I thought it'd be more fun to show it with you while I opened it. I'm going to call today's video Wacky Wednesday. I went to the Salvation Army. It's, not far from my home. Not that close, but on Wednesdays they have something called Wacky Wednesday where mostly everything is 50% off. So I left the house a little early. I mean, early for me to go out. It was about 11:30. Store opened at 10. Place was packed. I almost couldn't park and it started pouring rain, so I just zoomed over to where they usually have some yarn. I was thinking about, I only crochet. But my mom did show me how to knit, but we didn't get very far with the whole thing. And a lot of my crochet friends, like some of them knit also, or some of them just learned how to knit. And I was thinking, well, if I was to find some knitting needles, really inexpensive, especially on the day that they have the 50% off, maybe I would buy them. Maybe I would try to do a YouTube video. I don't know. I might buy them and just hold them. Anyway, so I went there and it was pouring and everything, and there was yarn, but most of the yarn was like partially used, or there was only one skein, and I didn't want to, unless there's like a bunch of the same ones, or I had something like it at home, I didn't want to buy that. And then they have some things that are packed up. Like one time I went there and there was a whole tub of yarn. It was only 2 colors and it said $20 and it was 10, but it was like almost 20. It was over 20 skeins of yarn. So I figured it was worth it. I got a lot of teal and I got some orange. I did make a blanket with the teal and the orange, and I added some navy blue for my grandson. And I haven't touched that yarn now for a while, so I still have that yarn. So there was like a bunch of white baby yarn, and there was some kind of like what is it? When you do like I forgot the name of it, like cross stitch type stuff. There was a bunch of that. Said it was $35, so I said I'm not getting that. I'm going to get anything. It's got to be a good deal, because I didn't drive down there for a bad deal. So I found this bag, and one second. I found this bag, and there was some yarn in it. See? And I noticed the knitting needles, and I figured, well, even like a brand new set of knitting needles at Walmart's got to be at least, $4. This said it was, here's the sticker price said $7.99. Yeah, I don't know if you could see it. It says $7.99. There it is. It looks backwards. It's backwards. So, my phone's ringing.
Call from Catronial Mark.
I'm not answering the phone. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. We get a lot of telemarketers, so we started not answering the telephone unless we recognize we get a lot of like bogus calls. So we let it go to voicemail. If it's important, they'll leave a message. Plus my husband wasn't here, so it's always a recording, So for $4, this is what I got. A whole Red Heart Super Saver in blue. And if you bought this new, it would be like $3.50 at Walmart. And normally this store charges only $1 for yarn. $1 or $2, depending, on how big it is. But, they're much more reasonable than if you went into Goodwill. I decided I'm not even going to look for wool, at any kind of yarn or wool at the Goodwill, because they're overpriced. And there's some more blue. This one feels like Karen Simply Soft. I mean, it looks a little old. I don't know if I would use it. Anyway, the one is at least worth something. There's a little more blue, like somebody started. Good for a granny square, I guess. And this also feels like the Karen Simply Soft. I could tell by how it feels. No label. Now I'm going to show you what's in the other bag. Now, I definitely got some needles. I don't know when I'll attempt this. I mean, there's a lot of like tutorials for knitting, just like there is for crochet, and that's basically how I learned. I don't know why there's 3 of these wooden ones. And there's no number on it. So I don't even know what size it is. I guess you need one of those things that you put it in the hole and you figure out how many millimeters it is. Okay. And these 2 blue ones I have here are says there's a number 8. B-O-Y-E. I guess that's the brand. It's a little worn out on the edges. But they're the same, so that's a good sign. Okay, then I have, this is weird looking. I've seen people with like the needles, it's plastic. It's like a plastic cable, and it's got these metal things. And it says on it, there's actually a size on here. It says made in Germany. So that's got a, so I think I got my money's worth automatically for $4. I got all this knitting stuff. It says 12 millimeter, US 17. And it says it's 32 inches. So put that down. Whoop, there's more. Then I got another set here. And these are, I don't know. One says it's a 2 and one says it's a 3. So I don't think they match, although they look the same. Maybe one's skinnier. So this one might be not a matching set. Wait, there's another metal one. This one's a 4. So I got 1 4, 1 3, and 1 2. This one's in blue. It's shorter than the other one. And I have this here. This is a set, a number 7. So I don't know what's popular. Like when I started crocheting, I used basically size a 5 millimeter. I didn't really go by the letters, or 6 millimeter mostly. Lately I've been using a 5.5 a lot. So I don't really, occasionally use a really big hook, but I never really used a very small hook with the crochet. So this one's a size 7, and then maybe they just slid this thing on here. It has a row counter. Oh, they look like they match. Yeah, they match. Ah, it's rolling away. I dropped one. Oh, see this wooden one? So I got 2 sets of these, and somebody put the row counter on there. So I could have like a lot of whips going at the same time if I ever decide I like knitting, which I'm not sure I do. I will. I knew I remembered how to crochet a little bit when I restarted crocheting. And there's a tape measure in here. It's worth at least $1 if you bought it new. So I got a tape measure. There's more in the bag of tricks. There's a set of these knitting needles. The Clover brand, number 7, 4.5 millimeter. There's 5 of these wooden bamboo, it's called. It says 5 pieces, needles, bamboo, and it doesn't say what store it came from, but it says they were $11.75. You're seeing it reverse. See? And then in this little bag there was some like darning needles and these little round heart things. I don't know how to do that either. And there's some yarn. I don't need the yarn. Anyway, there was these little things that you could sew in there, and like I've seen these kind of things, but I don't know what they're called. So that's what I got. It was like a grab bag. And I decided, being the lines were crazy, I just get in and get out. When I didn't look around. I mean, I was thinking about trying to make a crocheted cowl, and then like the people put buttons on them. When I went to the store, the buttons aren't too cheap, and I was thinking maybe I'd find like a piece of clothing that had nice buttons on it for half price, and I would buy that and take the buttons off. It might be a deal, you know, while I was there. I didn't bother to. I'm not ready to make the cowl anyway. So that's my knitting stuff. And everybody I know keeps going to Walmart and getting stuff for $1. Except for, I did get one thing for $1 a couple of weeks ago, but I went there today and almost all the shelves are empty, and they had the clearance aisle was pretty full. And all I could get was some of these. I got 3 for $3 each. Usually 5 at my store. At least they all match. They had a lot of stuff, but a lot of it didn't match. Like they had some like, you know, like cake type stuff, baby cakes, but they only had, let's say, had 1. I mean, I would think you need at least 2 to make a blanket. Some of them were like real fuzzy looking, and they had some baby, like, you know, that really fluffy baby yarn, but they had small ones. So they wanted to, if they were $1, I would have bought a bunch of them and made a blanket for the baby. I thought it was overpriced. So I have one object I finished. Last time I saw you all, I was almost done with this blanket. I mean, literally, this is from the yarn that I bought at Hobby Lobby on sale, and its colors don't come out that great. So it was that really thick, fuzzy kind I showed you already. But it's done, and I'm still using it for my recliner. Although I think my grandson might want it. All of a sudden, he only likes my fluffy blankets that I made him. My son says. He has a whole bunch. He has a collection that I made before I started making, way before I started making videos. So I made this a little too long. I should have made it. It did come out over about 34 inches wide, and I should have done it a little shorter and a little wider. But it's pretty soft. It just doesn't show up good on the video. It has like navy blue and a little turquoise. And I did a V-stitch. And I'm working on a shawl. I bought the shawl. I got 2 Shawl in the Ball on sale, and they were like $3.50 each, on sale. Again, they're nothing for $1 over here. Excuse me. So I'm on the second ball. I like my shawls on the big side. So this is a whip. I still have a little left. I don't know if I'm going to use the whole second one. See, I like it sparkly. It's just taking me a long time because I got the pattern from Nastasia's website, and it was the easiest shawl I ever did as far as easy to remember. But you got to work in the stitches. It's not like a virus shawl where you make the loops and then you work in the loops. That was much faster. So see, it starts out with a shell on the bottom, and then it becomes 2, 3, 4. Whoops. And every row it becomes 2 more. So it's almost big enough. Whoops. I like it a little longer. I'm going to keep going. And I didn't do a lot of crocheting today. I just did it's a 2-row repeat, basically. Once you get past the first couple of rows. It's a 2-row repeat. On 1 row, you make a lot of crochet, like 7 crochets, a shell, and then you you set up for the next row, but then you do like old double crochets. There's a tutorial. If I remember, I'll put the video link in the description box for that. So I'm happy with it, and I definitely would like to try to do it again with a different, maybe with that other yarn that I just purchased. Okay, I got something from my sister. Recently, I made her a shawl. I'll turn it this way. She lives in, yeah, this is my happy mail. It's from my sister. I sent her something, and then she makes earrings, so I was expecting something smaller, and it seems, I don't know, unless she just put a lot of stuffing in there. I knew she was making me a couple of pair of earrings. That I don't know how to do. Oop, oop, there's a box in there. One second. I'll text her when we're done. A lot of stuffing. Making sure there's nothing else in there. It's a lot of stuffing. I'll save it. You never know when you're going to need stuff. Wait, trying to open it up. Look, it's hot in my house. Oop, oop. Well, she really packed it good. There's a little case. Doesn't look like the same color. It's in the purple family, but okay, wait 1 second. Oops. What'd she do? I think she got carried away. Oh, well, these are the little things that you put on the back of your earrings. There's a lot of little compartments. Let's see. Ah, look. It's like which one has the earring in it. I feel like I'm on that show. What's that show? Where you pick out the case and you have a lot of choices. Ah, I dropped it. Wow, she really wrapped it up good. Aha. Oh, earrings. I found earrings. Those are pretty. I don't like my earrings heavy. You know? I feel like if they're not too heavy, I'm going to make use of them. And I usually wear these. I sleep with them. But now I'm going to have variety. Those are pretty. Whoops. My sister oil paints, and she draws, like, you know. Oop, there's another pair. I like these. You have like a purple color. She really wrapped it up good. Every single one is like taped up. So I made her a virus shawl in the color Scuba from the Red Hot Super Saver ombre. And then I made her a hat. Oh, more earrings. I don't know which one to wear first. These are different color, a little darker color. Very pretty. She didn't have to make me. I thought she was going to make me like 2 or 3 pair. I think she made more. It's like Christmas. She also makes bracelets. Oh, these are cute. She did send me some pictures to get an idea of what I liked. Wait, that's 4 pairs so far. I really scored. I thought the Wacky Wednesday with the knitting needle was a success. Well, anyway, I'm still only with 1 whip. I did babysit the last 2 days, so I didn't get a whole lot of crocheting done. It's really wrapped up. Well, anyway, so if anybody knows any good YouTube videos on how to knit, let me know. I mean, I do like crocheting a lot. And then I think I was watching the Canadian crocheter, Debbie, and she started knitting around the same time that I started watching her. She started to knit. Anyway, these have a blue color. The other ones had like purples. They're really pretty. Anyway, I think I'll be here all day opening all these earrings. So there's definitely more earrings in here. Wow. I think this video is going to be a little long. I don't think I'm going to open all of them today. I'll have to call her. Anyway, just wanted to tell you about my little shopping trips. And hopefully I'll be done with that shawl by the next time I see you all. Okay, so, all right. So I'd like to thank any new subscribers, and I did also subscribe to some other crochet type video people, and haven't caught any more live videos. Come back again and see me sometime. So I'm gonna go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you again really soon. Okay? Bye.